Hello, in this video we are going to show how to log in using the default Laravel authentication scaffolding. So what we have here is a Laravel installation version 7.8, and this is the default welcome screen. And because we have this authentication scaffolding done, that's why you see there are two links here. We have the login and the register links here. So I just click login. So let me go back again. So if I click login, okay, and if I registered an account before, I can log in. But for the sake of demonstration, let's register a new account here. Okay, I'm going to call this user1@abc.com. Oh, sorry, this is the email address. For username, I will just use user1, and then email address is this one, and for the password, it must be at least 8 characters long. This is the default setting in Laravel, and you can change it if you want to. Okay, so I click register now, and I have logged in already, and also by default I've registered, and also by default I'm logged in. This is my username here, so this is the current signed on username. So I can log out, and if I log in again, I can go use user1, and this is the one I just registered, and then type in my, let's see if I type in the wrong password. I click login, and then you say these credentials do not match our records. Okay, so I have to type in the correct password, and if you want, you can also click remember me, so that next time you don't have to type in the username. You don't need to type in the username but not the password. Okay, and also by default Laravel has disabled this forgot your password, but you can enable it. If you enable it, then if you click here, it will send an email to the email address, okay, with a password reset link. Okay, so let's log in now. So now I'm logged in to my application. Now where's this application? Well, this application is actually a blank application that is given to you when you set up Laravel. So do you remember where our controllers are? Okay, you have to start with your application. It's under app directory. It's under HTTP subfolder under controllers. So this is the place where you find your controllers. Okay, and this is the default application, the HomeController. Okay, now how do I know it's running the HomeController when right after my login? Well, one of the things you can tell is that it's right now at home. Okay, this is the path. Another way is to start a new terminal. Okay, now remember, all things in the MVC starts with the routing, right? So we can do that PHP artisan route list, and I'm going to get an error. Do you know why? It's because I'm not at the application, so I have to change directory or CD to lara78. Okay, this is the application directory. So how do I know it's this directory? Because if I do an ls, I see there are only 2 folders. Okay, this one is given to me by default when I created my account on this cloud server. This is the application that I created using the Laravel new command. Okay, so now if I do PHP artisan route list again, I still haven't done it. Okay, now I'm in the right directory, and I'm going to run the route list command. As you can see, when the URI is login and using the get or head HTTP verb, okay, it's going to call the login controller, show login form. Okay, that's when we have the login form. Okay, after it's successful, when the URI is home, okay, Home is what we have here, right? Home, this is what we have here. Okay, so when the URI is home and is sent using get or head, okay, it's going to call which controller? It's going to call this one, right? HomeController, the index method of HomeController. So that's why I know it is running this one over here. So we can take a look at this controller. This is a very simple controller. As you can see, there are just two methods. Okay, the first one is the constructor, which is always there, and the second method is the index method. And the index method, it does just one thing, which is to return the view home. And where is this home view file? Is under resources, views, home.blade.php. So let's take a look. Now again, it's a very simple file. As you can see, it extends layouts.app, which we saw last time. And then this is the section content, and basically there's some kind of HTML here, some div tags. These are the class attributes controls the appearance of the contents. And the most important thing here is if section status, okay, it checks whether we are signed in or not, okay, and then shows our status whether we are signed in or not, okay. So, and lastly, it displays you are logged in. So what will happen if I try to go to this home path if I'm not logged in? Okay, let's take a look. So let's go back to Laravel. Let's just sign out. Okay, now if I manually type in this home, okay, path here, let's see what will happen. I just press enter. Now, as you can see, it automatically pops up this login box. Why? It's because when you type in the home path in the URL, it will send this request using the get in the header. Okay, and the URI is home, of course, and it will of course call the HomeController and try to run the index method. Okay, now you may think that, well, because if the index method is run, it should show the home blade, right? We should see something like this. Okay, however, before the index method is run, okay, the construct method, which is a constructor, is run first. And this constructor has a middleware method. Okay, in this case, it runs the authentication in the middleware. And this is the part where it checks if the user is logged in or not. Okay, if not, the login screen will pop up and prevents the user to go any further. Okay, that's why it's called the middleware. So right now, if the user types in anything wrong, let's give it a fake email address. If the login is incorrect, it will not go through. Okay, it cannot pass through. And if the login is correct, then it will go to the home directory. It will continue to the home directory. So it's in the middle of the login or the routing and then the application. That's why it's called the middleware. Okay, thank you.